Hey everybody, thank you for joining me for another episode of Addicted to Gear. I'm glad you can join me once again. Today we want to talk about something that really doesn't get a lot of traction for some reason, and I don't really understand why, because all guitarists use this product and we don't talk about it. And today we're talking about guitar straps. The one I'm using today here is one of my favorites. It's made by a company in California. It's called Italia Leather Straps, and they really make a good quality product. I'm a fan. I've been a fan for a long time. As you can see, I got a thin one here and a thicker one. And there's a reason why I love these straps tremendously. And that's because A, they're made very, very well, super high quality, excellent leather. I mean, the leather, when you get these things, you smell the leather, it smells like a really expensive Italian leather sofa. And you can tell that it's good quality, it's thick, it's stitched very, very nicely. Even the inside of the strap feels like suede, and it's so soft. It's really, really comfortable. And you know, one thing I never understood, and I'm going to rant a little bit here, so bear with me. You know, I see guitarists, some friends of mine too, and they're playing guitars that weigh quite a bit. So one example, I have a friend of mine who has a very beautiful vintage Gibson Les Paul Black Beauty. And, you know, I looked at this guitar and I said, wow, this guitar is really nice. Can I try it? And he handed it over to me. And it was on a really thin strap. And I put this thing on and it weighed a ton. The guitar weighed a ton. Really beautiful looking guitar, but I would never be able to carry the weight of that guitar, especially with a little strap like that. You know, when I play with my band, we're playing about 3 hours in a row. That means 3 hours nonstop, standing up, playing our instruments. And if you have a heavy instrument like that with an inferior strap, you're going to have back problems. I already have back problems, and I don't want to make them get worse. So that's why I go with the strap that's nice and thick like this, because it distributes the weight of the guitar on the shoulder and the back. And at the end of the 3 hours, I'm not feeling the pain in my lower back like I normally do. If you look at the back of this strap, you'll see how nice and wide it is and how it distributes over the shoulder. And you will understand that with a heavier guitar, you're just distributing that weight. Now, I'm playing it with a reissue Telecaster here, which is not extremely heavy. So I'll alternate between this and this at a gig. I'll bring both sometimes because I'll bring more than one guitar and I'll switch between the two. But generally, I keep the thinner guitar strap for Strats, lighter guitars, and I keep the thicker one for, you know, Les Paul type guitars and whatnot. So I get into arguments with my friends because they think that spending $100 on a guitar strap is too much money. And I try to explain to them, I go, guys, you know, you walk into a regular store every day of the week and there's at least 10 or 20 different straps made by XYZ company on the shelf that retail for about 50 or 60 bucks even. And you know what? They're not cheap, but the quality is not there. And eventually they just disintegrate, they fall apart. I've purchased a lot of these straps over the years. And when I was younger, I'd buy straps that were extremely inexpensive, the cheapest I could find that looked cool, that looked like leather. And they were always this faux leather or mock leather. Most of the time they were made of paper or something like that. It felt like it anyways. And they would just fall apart over time. The stitching would break, they would come unglued. They wouldn't feel nice, they would jab me in the neck. And it wasn't like very pleasant at all. Until later on, I could afford, you know, better quality straps, and I kind of upgraded. And today I come to the understanding that buying a good quality strap is an investment. These straps are expensive, but they're going to last me forever. I doubt very much these straps are going to break. And to be honest with you, as they get older, they're probably going to be more comfortable. So if you want to do yourself a favor and you're playing a heavy guitar and you're starting to have back issues, check them out. Go to Italia Leather Straps. I'll put the link in the description below. Hey, I'm not saying you have to buy them, but you know, I like to endorse things that I really like, and I really love these straps, so I have no problems endorsing them whatsoever. If you guys have any questions or comments about straps, you know, feel free to ask the questions. One other thing I have to say also is that the good thing about these straps is that they don't have any kind of hardware that's going to scratch or damage your guitars. Sometimes they have, I've seen straps that have plastic clips that snap together that'll scratch your guitar. I've seen what they call like these locking straps that have little parts in the front of your guitar and the back of the guitar strap that locks in place. They scratch over time, they break over time. I've seen straps with like a buckle on it. I wouldn't want to put that in my case with my guitar, especially if I have a nitrocellulose type of guitar like this one that's thin skinned and it's going to scratch relatively easy. I want something that's going to be soft, it's going to be durable, and it's going to last me a long time, and these straps definitely do that. So guys, if you're in the market for a new strap, check them out. If if your birthday's coming up or you want to give the wife an idea for a present for you for an anniversary or something like that, I understand not everybody can afford to shell out $100 for a guitar strap, but you know what? You can buy 2 cheap straps or 1 good strap, and at the end of the day you're spending the same amount of money. Might as well go with something good to begin with. So that's it for today. I don't want to take too much of your time. Check out the straps and leave your comments below. One thing I want to say is thank you very much for supporting my channel. Everybody that's subscribed, I really appreciate it. I'm getting really close to hitting the 5,000 subscriber mark, and I really appreciate you guys. So if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe because there's going to be more great stuff coming your way. So stay tuned.